All right, guys, big win here at Chase Center over Sacramento State and non-conference play. Coach, what are some thoughts after today's win?
I'm really excited to end the non-conference with a win. We spent, I guess the thing I'm most pleased about is A, winning, but B, that, our focus was this week on doing some really specific things in terms of our fundamentals. And I thought what we worked on in practice, we did in the game. And that was something that's going to be very important for us moving forward. We've got a really young team. We have a team that benefits every day from practicing, and we talked about in the non-conference season our biggest goal was to continue to improve, and I thought we got better this week in practice, and I thought we demonstrated that in the game.
Hi, I was just curious on how do you guys feel? How was it playing in Chase Center, just being on that court? The same, the Valkyries played the Warriors, and now you guys got to. How was the experience for the coach and players?
I think it was incredible. It's like a dream because, like every person wants to play there, So for me, it's like a dream, and I think we played so good and so hard that we won. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for us and being the only school in the city, being the one, being able to play once a year here. It's really important for us because it feels like we're part of that too, and the city has both Valkyries and Warriors, as you said, so us playing here too, it feels like a part of San Francisco, and it's just like an amazing venue, so being able to play here, it's amazing.
Aina, 14 points, 7 assists for you, kind of a bounce back game for you. What was your mindset heading into this game?
It was the last game of non-conference, so we wanted to end it in the right way. So I just wanted to play hard and be able to perform and practice put into the core what we practice during this week of training. So my mindset, I think it's always the same, just trying to be the best I can out of the court. So yeah, I happened to make points and give assists, but I think it was a team thing to be able to get the win.
Just throughout the game, you guys started off really strong, had the lead, and they kind of caught up a little bit towards that end there, and then you guys took over again. What was kind of the adjustments that needed to be made, and what was kind of going on with Sacramento State to challenge that score there?
Yeah, I thought we played, very well in the first half. We executed our defensive game plan really well. I thought our offense flowed pretty well, made good decisions, limited our turnovers. The biggest part of the first half for us was not giving up so many offensive rebounds. We talked about that at halftime. Came out of the halftime, had a good first 5 minutes or so of the third quarter, which was important for us, and then we just got a little bit stagnant on offense. I think sometimes, we're in a position where we have a lot of really young players and a lot of new players. I have 11 new players, 13 total, and 2 didn't play last year. So basically an entirely new team. And sometimes we find a really good rhythm, and we're really good when we're in that rhythm. If we lose that rhythm, it's sometimes hard for us to get back on track quickly. And that's, I think, a function of our inexperience and our youth. And it's something we're well aware of and trying to work through, but the only way these guys are going to continue to improve is to play through those things. And today they played through it. They found a way to win a game, a very competitive game in a big venue. And so, we'll take the things that we can learn from this, but we'll take the positive things about being resilient and not playing maybe our best basketball in the second half, but still being able to find a way to get a win.
Noelia, very efficient night for you. 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting. A lot of those obviously at the rim from passes from your guards. What can you say about how your guards have been able to get you open shots?
I'm really thankful because without them I couldn't make my 10 points. So that's part of them. But I also think they are looking always for me. So yeah, I'm thankful and that's it, yeah.
I will say with Noelia, we spent a lot of time this week on with her just being more collected in the post, being able to read her defense, and I thought especially with her, she did a great job of transferring what we worked on in practice to what we did in the games, and I think that was reflected in, her efficiency today.
And Coach, I was with Noelia. You mentioned throughout the game to face up on her defenders. How well did you think Noelia did in that?
I think she was amazing. I think she did it. I don't think there wasn't a time when she didn't. I mean, she made the right decisions. Now we just, we talked about just got to work on finishing and work on making the right reads. But that was really good. And then Aina, I'm just begging her to shoot the ball. I need to give her some Molly Goodenbour vibes because, I shot the ball every time I could touch it. So we need to just, she is just certainly a pass first, wants to set her teammates up, control the basketball court type of guard, and really, really good at that. And so for her development and for our team's development, just, framing herself and recognizing herself as a scorer every time she has the ball in her hands is her next step.
And then, with non-conference wrapped up, back at home in a week and plus against Oregon State, obviously the top team in this conference at the preseason poll. What are the thoughts heading to conference play and overall evaluate how non-conference went?
Yeah, I think excited. We talked about seasons within the season. So now we've finished our first season, right? Our non-conference season. We're going to start our second season with our conference play. We get to play 4 games in a week, and we talked about the things that we've done to get to where we are. And, right now we've got to have a couple more days of really good practice, and they need to go and enjoy. A lot of them have families come in for Christmas. They need to take a little bit of a break, reset, come back, and we really got to dig in and focus on, I do think we can be very, very competitive in our league. I think we can win our conference. I think it's a very evenly matched conference this year, and we're going to have to all show up. We're going to have to continue to grow and develop, but I really like our group, and I'm excited about starting conference play.